Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. Today, Cameron is going to be winterizing his Class C motorhome. Cameron's worked with me for over 3 years, and he has never been on a full winterizing before. So, he's got 3 years of RV experience, has 0 experience winterizing. So we're going to let Cameron take the lead on this. I'm only going to help out if he needs it. We're going to see how he does. What do y'all think he's going to do?
Something interesting, I'll tell you that much.
Should be good. So, Cameron, take it away. What are we going to do first?
Well, I think that we'd start at the city fill and put a little bit in there, and then move inside and find the water pump and hook up our hose and start pumping there.
Okay.
Checking all the sinks.
Sure there's not something else we need to do first?
Probably drain the water from the system.
You was half right. Should I help him?
Yeah.
We got to drain the water here.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Now he remembers. All right. Yeah, let's start there. Let's drain the water here first. So if you'll grab the sockets and the ratchet and go ahead and grab the drill, because we're probably going to have to remove a cover to get to what else? After we drain the water here, what else do we got to do?
I know it. I just can't think of it.
He knows it. Maybe set the water heater bypass valves in bypass mode?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I knew it.
He knew it. I think he was testing y'all. Is that what he's trying to say? He's testing you guys if you knew.
That's right.
What was the next step? No. So while he's grabbing some more tools, we'll help him out a little bit. We'll find the water heater. We just walk around outside the motorhome until we see the water heater. I'm expecting a call from Lippert. Let me see if this is them. No, it is not. I was on a job this morning, and Lippert was supposed to. They couldn't give me an answer, so they were going to call me back. And that's been 2-3 hours ago. Yeah. I'll hold my breath till we get that call. After traveling 3/4 the way around the motorhome, we find the water here. Alrighty.
That's a weird spot.
Yeah. So he's just going to find the appropriate size socket to fit that plug. He does know where the plug is.
Yes, he does.
It's going to be much bigger than that. There, you're getting in the neighborhood now. Just make sure it fits nice and tight. Nope. Go down one. Struggling, folks.
Caught the big one on. Can't get the small one.
It's always tighter in that gasoline. Think it's gonna go? Oh, there you go. I told him to get the big ratchet. I didn't realize I had the nylon plug. He could have got the little ratchet.
Yeah.
That's okay. Y'all know what's about to happen. Should I warn him?
It's never fun when you warn someone. Now, if I'd have been doing that, it would have exploded in my face because
he didn't let the pressure off the water heater first. But I swear, if I'd have been doing that, it would have knocked my hat off. It would have drowned me. He gets a little bit of water on his arm. That's all he gets. Life is not fair, people. I'm telling you. Alright, so we'll just let that drizzle. You can, if you want it to drain faster, you can open that pop-off valve, but about 1 out of every 10, the pop-off valve never closes again. So then you get to replace the pop-off valve, and you get to do it for free because you broke it. So we're just going to leave that alone and let that just glop, glop, glop until it's done glopping. So now what, Cam? I think now would be a good time to do the bypass valve. Yeah, let's do that. The water heater inside is going to be right under that window. So let's go see what we got. Right under the window, so it's going to be back in there. Nice. We're going to have to remove the cover.
Yeah, here's the water pump. There's no, is that just a filter?
Oh, we have a filter. So, okay. So, alright, he doesn't know this at all, so I'm just going to go ahead and clue him in. Since this has a water filter, we have to make sure there's not a filter cartridge inside of it. Because the water filter goes to that little spigot on the side over there, and we have to make sure there's no filter cartridge in there. And I bet you that's not a filter that has a cartridge in it. You're supposed to have the little diverter thingy, and I guarantee it ain't here. It's been thrown away. So we may have to just leave that water filter. Yeah, I guarantee you that little diverter. When you have a water filter that does not have a canister, the water filter, the whole case is the water filter. Oh, it's got a valve on it. Okay, my bad. Okay, this one's got a valve. A lot of those things, you got a little diverter. You take the filter off, and then you have a diverter that spins up in there that allows the water to continue on through the system out that little spigot. But this one has the valve, so that's awesome. So Cameron's gonna have to get a cover off there so we can get to the back of the water heater, and then we'll be back with you. 30 minutes later, we finally get that cover, that easy access cover to the back side of the water heater out. And right there is our bypass valve. This water heater happens to have a 1-valve system. You can have a 1-valve, gosh, I can't talk. 1-valve system, 2-valve system, or 3-valve system. This is a 1. So it is in bypass mode. The more I look at this, we're gonna have to just leave that water filter. I cannot talk. That water filter cartridge, because we do not have the diverter. This valve only cuts the water off like you were going to just change the filter, and you didn't want to disable the whole water system. And that water filter is up here to that little faucet. It also tees off and goes to an ice maker. We got an ice maker too, yay! So I picked a good one for Cameron's first. Not really. From here on, we're going to proceed like normal until we get to the refrigerator. So Cameron's going to take over again. All right, Cameron. So we got the water heater drained. We got it bypassed. Now what?
Let's go out to the city fill and put some in there. Actually, first let's put the plug back in our water heater.
No. Actually, I like to leave the plug out. Actually, this thing, I just de-winterized this thing a few weeks ago, and the guy had me put water in a fresh water tank. So right now, we need to go drain the fresh water tank. That's next on the agenda. So let's go see what it takes to drain the freshwater tank. Once you get down there and look under there and see if you see a drain anywhere with a valve on the end of it, that will be it'll be underneath the motorhome. That's probably how we're going to have to drain the freshwater tank. It can be on this side, it can be on the other side. Just look for a pipe sticking out of the bottom of the motorhome somewhere.
I don't see anything.
Alright, it can be over here. Bring your knee board. Our city fill is right here. So look under here, see if you see it. You might look in this compartment too. It could be hiding in that compartment, but I doubt it. Oh, it is. You see something that looks like it would be a drain valve back here? Pull that stuff out of the way. There you go. One of them should look like it goes through the floor. And it may have a valve up here, or it may have a valve underneath. No?
That's the water pump right there.
Oh, where the water pump's at?
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was on the other side. Okay. No drains? None underneath either?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright. Let me have a look see. Yep. Oh, yeah, right here. It's got a nice big old drain. Got a ball valve.
Where's it?
Big ball valve.
Oh, okay.
And it's got a winterizing hose on it too, which is good. We will use.
So we don't have to get all the way back up there.
Yep, we don't have to get all the way back there to the pump and hook our hose up to the pump. So we can go ahead and just turn this. This valve right here opens. Alright, the battery died on the camera again. It picks the best times to do that. That valve that I pointed at is the one that opens and closes the winterizing hose. The valve, you turn it to either normal operation or to use that winterizing hose, and you'll see that hose in operation later. So you just hang on and watch for that. Alright, so the freshwater tank is empty. Water heater's all buttoned up. It is bypassed. Now what, Kim?
Do we need to cut the valve off?
No.
No, you just
the drain valve on that water tank, we will just leave that open until it is de-winterized next spring or whatever. We are ready to start putting antifreeze in. Well, that's the tank city fill. We need to put it in the pressurized city fill. So if you will just open the faucets in the sink, in the kitchen sink, that's the farthest away from where we're going to be. Just open those up and leave them open. Alright, so we're going to go around to the city fill, the pressurized city fill. Well, it's the only city fill. Cameron's going to take that garden hose off there on the city fill and hook up our hand pump. And what's the purpose of putting some antifreeze in there with the hand pump?
Doesn't that get it started to the water pump?
Well, that takes care of this line from here all the way to over there where the water pump's at. Because without doing this part of the water system would have water in it. It wouldn't be winterized. So I've just got that hand pump we put on there, and he's probably going to want to pump probably about a good quart, between 1 and 2 quarts of antifreeze through there, because it's quite a ways from here to over there where the pump's at. So we want to make sure we get that good.
Ooh.
That's okay, it don't hurt a thing. We're still getting antifreeze in the line. That's all that matters. You sure you opened the faucets over?
Yeah, no, I did.
Okay. It's going really hard.
Yeah, it is. I got the sink faucet.
Okay. You have to overcome that check valve that's in that fitting right there too. Alright, now just pull your pump up out of the antifreeze and keep pumping it until it's empty. Alright, so that part of the water system is done now. Now we're going to go over and use the water pump to finish putting it through the rest of the system. Now we also have an outdoor shower here, so let's go ahead and pull that down here so we don't forget, because we need to do it.
I need to retouch this ground.
No. So let's go around to this side. Alright, so Cameron's going to get the cap off of that winterizing hose. Move them leveling blocks and that thingy there so you can set your jug right there. Just drop it right in that jug, all the way to the bottom. There you go. Now go cut your water pump on and come back out here, because that outside shower is actually the farthest thing from the water pump, so that's where we're going to start. Typically I like to start farthest away from the water pump. So since this outside shower is the farthest thing away, he's just going to open the cold till we get antifreeze. Pump will pick up here in just a minute. Hopefully the pump will pick up. There we go. Alright, we'll cut that one off. Now cut the hot side on. And it'll go back to water. And then it will go back to antifreeze. Once we get antifreeze, cut it off. Now it is typical for the hot side, the farthest point away, to take quite a while to get antifreeze, just like this is taking. Alright, I think that's pretty pink. Alright, so now we're going to go inside. No, you know what? Before we go inside, let's go look at that ice maker. Yeah, this thing does have an ice maker. So we're going to see if we can get some antifreeze through the ice maker, at least through the water lines. It's virtually impossible to winterize the valve. The best you can do, typically on these valves here, is to just kind of take both lines off and shake the water out of it. That's about the best you can do on these. So Cameron's going to loosen this right here. He's going to go under the sink right now and cut that valve off, and then we will get this open, run some antifreeze through here. That little T valve under the sink. All right. So the valve is off under the sink. So now he's going to get that line off there, and we'll run some antifreeze through there. Oh, it's got a screen. I think the screen's a little stopped up.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think that screen might be a little bit stopped up. I hear the pump running, so you didn't get that valve off either. So, as soon as this gets good pink out here, I'll tell you to cut it. Just cut the water pump off. Okay, Cam. Now this did not get real pink because it's going through that filter. So, like I say, about the only thing you can do for these valves is to take both lines off and just see if you can get any water out of it, because if you put antifreeze in it, it's just going to go right into the ice maker. All right, so he's going to put that back on. That's a done dealio. Okay, good deal. All right, I'm going to put that cover back on. Now we can go inside and finish winterizing. All right, so we are basically done outside. Now we are inside. We're just going to run antifreeze through everything, right?
Yep.
All right, let's still we'll start the farthest part away, which is probably going to be the shower. He's just going to run the cold and the hot in there. I can't go back here because, as you can see, when you open the door, it's only room for one person. Oh, got to turn the water pump back on. He's just going to run the cold until it's nice and pink, and cut it off, and then he'll run the hot until it's nice and pink. While the head's closed. Alright, now what do you think we ought to do?
Probably say sink and the toilet.
And the toilet. Let's don't forget the toilet. Everybody forgets the toilet. And then they get to buy a commode valve in the spring. Open that filtered valve. Let's see what it looks like. That's good. Whenever you run RV antifreeze through a filter, it takes the pink out. So you're never going to get pink through that. I mean, like I say, the way this is done, there ain't a whole lot we can do because we do not have the diverter. So now he's just going to do the cold and the hot in the kitchen sink. Usually by the time you get to the end of it, it's pretty much done. All right, now we've done everything once. Have we forgotten anything? Go through a little mental checklist.
We've got the shower, we've got the bathroom sink, we've got the toilet, got that sink and the filter,
and the ice maker, and the outside shower. So now what I like to do at this point is put another fresh gallon of antifreeze on there and go around and do everything one more time.
All right.
Because you'll be surprised if you do it the second time. You'll be surprised how many times you'll see a little slug of water come through. Not always, but a lot of times. So we're going to do that. Cameron's just going to go. We're going to go put another fresh jug of antifreeze on there, and we're just going to go around and do everything we just did one more time for just a few seconds. Don't take a whole bunch. Everything with the ice maker, we're done with it, and we've done all we can do with that ice maker. Those things were never designed to be winterized. And they're just virtually impossible to winterize, so that's all we can do. So we'll be back in just a little bit. All right. So everything's been done twice. So now what, Cam?
Take some of that leftover and pour it down stuff.
Pour it down the drains.
Drains.
So we know we got the drains good.
Yep.
And yes, folks, we used 4 gallons. We could have got by with 3. We had that ice maker, takes a little extra. And I'm not going to take a half gallon of antifreeze home with me. So we're going to make sure we get the traps good. We're going to pour it in both traps in the sink. We're gonna pour it in the trap in the laboratory and in the shower, and then this thing will be done.
Mm-hmm.
So Cam, do you think? So you think next time you could winterize one?
I would hope so.
I would hope so too.
Not rocket surgery, right?
Well, this one was a little bit odd because it's got a filter, it's got an ice maker. All that stuff just adds extra excitement that you don't really need, but whatever. So yeah.
Not much to say.
Not much to say. Why don't y'all say something and go down there and leave us a comment, a criticism, a concern, or a
hallucination.
And we're going to go up the road and fix another one. And y'all have a fantastic day.